Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth with Scott Leroy Marketing, and welcome to Designs 101. Today is April 28th, so if you are viewing the recording, some features may have changed. Today, I'm starting out in Mozilla Firefox, as we found that is the best browser that works the best with designs in Command. And I'm starting out at agent.kw.com, which is Command. Then I'll enter my username. Generally, that's something like first initial, last name, maybe a number. Capitalization not required. Then I'll enter my password and click sign in. So we will be going over the 4 types of designs today. Just briefly, just giving you the highlights of each. So if you do want more in-depth information about any of the types, check out our other classes that go deeper. Marketing with KW for email campaigns and social designs. And then there's print marketing for print designs only. So first things first, we'll head to the applet menu on the left-hand side and go to Designs. Designs is the paintbrush in a square icon, third from the bottom. While you're still learning the names of these icons, you can click the red square with the white KW to expand the names. And we'll head to Designs. Now, your screen may look different than mine. I have previously created designs, but if you're new to this platform, you may see an empty screen here. Now, while I'm on this dashboard, I will tell you the most recent update they've done. If you hover over any one of your previously created designs, you'll see a checkbox pop up where you can select more than one, and mass delete, which is at the bottom right. So brand new functionality I've never taught on before, just released. You can now select more than one and delete. So very cool to know that they are always updating these applets here. Now, the remainder of the dashboard has been pretty consistent. You can search for your designs here. You can filter. There's a menu that pops out from the right where you can select designs you only want to see. You can sort at the top right. And then any of these designs have a 3-dot menu where you can rename, make a copy, or delete. Now, these menus are particular to the type of design. So you'll find different menus for print, video, and email. Print and social are the same, but they differ from video and email. So in some, you are able to change the thumbnail as well. So you can also create design at the top right. You'll get the 4 options for the different types. We'll start today by creating a social piece. It's generally one of the most used ones. Now you can also check off this box to import photos and text from a listing. if you are creating a listing social piece, design piece today. And because I'll be showing you the assets first, the listing that we add here would be removed. So I will show you how to add that in after the fact in case you forget to check this box. So once you select your type and have it outlined in blue, you'll click continue. And this opens up the WeBrand Design Editor. You'll be defaulted to the Templates tab where you can see all sorts of categories along the left-hand side. You'll see images at the very top. This is where you can search through Shutterstock to find an image to use. Next tab along the top is My Designs. If you import a design from the very first design dashboard, that button that was right next to create a design, this is where that button will take you straight to My Designs, where you can import a PDF to then edit. You can also start from blank, use a template, see all of the pieces you've created, and even add folders to sort your designs. So here are some ideas to sort. You have the different types of pieces like social. You can even break those down even further, like flyers, presentations, magazines, etc. And then last tab is assets. So if you've never gone into designs before, we do recommend starting here to add in all of your information one time at the very beginning so that you can use them for all of your future pieces. So things you can store here include color palettes, fonts, if you have any created, images like headshots, text. I have my social media here, name, email, phone, website. Now we have seen that these do syndicate from your marketing profile very nicely. So if you have your marketing profile kept up to date, you should see that information pull in here. Logos for things like team logos, office logos, Keller Williams logos. Elements, things like clip art or stickers. This is also where I have the social media icons. Videos. So if you commonly use videos in your social pieces or emails. And last but not least, files. So again, you want to start out in assets just to make sure your frequently used fields are here so that you only have to upload them once. So let's head back to templates where we were originally. You have all sorts of different categories here on the left, like K-score, listings, buyer, lead generation. Under the I Heart KW is where you're going to find some new to KW pieces, and that's what I'll be showing you today. Business Basic, where you can find email signatures, Facebook cover photos. Leadership, holidays, a frequent spot for me to visit. All of the holidays sorted by month. Professional services for luxury. Another section for luxury and collections. Now, once you choose your category here on the left, you'll see all of the pieces start to populate that are under that category. And if you keep scrolling, they'll keep populating. Now you can also filter by the different types along the top using the gray buttons. So social wide, generally for Facebook, social square for Instagram, social stories for either Facebook covers, Twitter covers. And when you hover over those, you will also see the exact size. So feel free to pay attention to that as well, especially for different categories that have print pieces like postcards. So you can know whether it's a 4x6, 6x9, or 6x11. Now here are the few new to KW pieces that I recommend. So I'm just going to choose this first one here and click use. Once this loads up, I'm going to get rid of this bubble down here at the bottom so you can fully see. You have different panels along the left to edit your piece. And within each panel, you have several tabs. Generally, if it defaults to My Assets, you'll see what's pulling in from your assets. But you also have a stock photo option and how to manually add in. You'll also see a button to go back to home, a whole list of menu under File, including Save. There's a version history, undo, redo, although I would not personally rely on those. You do have a menu at the top center to add in different things as well. You have different shapes, different frames. If you're going to manually place a picture and want it to be inside a shape, text, and tables. Now, first thing I do suggest is updating the name. I personally like to keep the name of the template. It does, it says Instagram, so I know that this is an Instagram piece and that it's a perfect square. But you can name it whatever you'd like. Maybe even develop some sort of naming convention for these. For example, just sold, just listed, open house, for sale, whether it's a postcard, etc. You could even put in the date in here too. And then click anywhere to apply. Now to edit your piece, and this is any piece, whether you're in social with me or print. So you would just click the item that you want to start editing to select it in blue. And then choose your panel on the left. And then choose your tab. And then when you hover over whatever item you want, you'll see a couple of options you can use as background, replace, or use. If you already have the field selected, you can just click replace. And it looks like that's going to pop up to the top left. So to fix that, I'm going to click reposition and then click and drag that to where I want it and click done. Now, if it does distort like it has, I can also remove and click and drag over to place it. I can also use these white arrows or white circles and ovals at the corners to enlarge. You'll also see the menus at the top change once I have a picture selected. So I can use different filters, which has a little embedded pop-up. The opacity, use as background, remove image background. So straight from here, you don't have to use a third-party website to do that. You also have transform, arrange. So if you wanted it to go to the back, you know, maybe underneath this red bar here, or align to the middle, top, bottom. You can also add a link, duplicate, remove, and lock. So for now, I'm just going to remove that again, and then add this in one more time. And I'm going to move it to the back. So see, there's that red line there. Now, the next thing is, this is just a social piece, so not very many things to update, but the Market Center logo is next. Now, the fun thing about the Market Center logo is as soon as you click that, it will go to the logos panel and directly to your assets, where you can simply replace. Another way to move pieces around on your design here is using the directional pad on your keyboard. And just for this sake, there we go. Crop that a little bit. Maybe center that a bit more. So now that we have our design good to go, I do also want to show you the animation panel. This is fairly new, but great to use on social pieces in particular. You can animate each field or all at once so that it catches the reader's eye a little bit more. If you hover over each of these animations, you'll see how they look. And then if you click, you'll see it preview on the design immediately. Now you can also apply the same duration to all pages. This is just a one page, as you see at the bottom right, because it is just a social piece. You can also change the full page duration, so how long the entire design will take. And then in and out duration, you can also change. You can also animate all of the elements together. So you'll see how that changes from being unchecked. Each individual piece will come in automatic or uniquely by itself, or all at once. Now, if you did want to do individual elements, you can choose those. So let's do that one, that one, that one. Let's do them all separately here on different ones. And then if you didn't like that, you can also just revert to page animation as well. Now, once you are done, whether you've added animations or not, you can click the share at the top right. This is mainly used for magazines and listing presentations and buyer presentations. You can come to the project tab, select the anyone can view, and use this link here to then send that out to any clients, put it on your website, etc. You can also download. You can download as a JPEG if it is just a flat picture, or the video if it has any animations. And then done will take you back to the designs dashboard. Now, one more thing I'm going to mention with these panels, although not required for this initial I'm making a move piece, is KWLS. So if you checked that box at the very beginning to create a social piece and import photos and text from a listing, and you then went to assets and that listing is no longer connected, you can come to this KWLS panel to search for a listing after the fact. You can search by listing address, MLS number, KWLS ID, listing agent, or co-listing agent. And as soon as you type this in and press enter, it will search, where you can scroll to find your listing and click select. So here is where you'll see all of the photos come from MLS, along with each piece of the listing details, where you can add into your piece. So now that we're done, I'm just going to file save to make sure that that's saved and click done. As soon as we're back to the dashboard, it does show you that most recent piece at the top left. So most recent goes to the top left. And now we'll click create design again. And this time go to print. Now for print, there's tons and tons of different types, door hangers, flyers, postcards, brochures. Some pieces even offer printing, like the one-page flyers. This time I'm going to choose a for sale piece. So you'll see all the different types along the top. Don't forget, you can hover over the buttons, the gray buttons, to see the sizes. So you'll see this standard postcard is a 6x4. And then same deal, choose your design, hover, and click use. Now, same deal for updating this piece. I'll start from the top, work my way down. First being the address. Again, you can go to KWLS, search for your listing. Once you find it, click select. And this is text, so we'll head to listing details. Simply replace. Go down to the picture. Go back to the Photos tab. Click replace. Now again, if this pops up to the top left, you can click reposition. And I'll even reposition it a little bit more. And done. Now with the text that has more than one field within it, like this one, I don't necessarily recommend just straight replacing with a field from the listing details, because it will only pull in the numerical value. It won't even pull in the field type. So I do recommend manually coming in and updating this, but just using the details from the left. Like so. Now to flip to the back side, since this is a postcard, you can click the pages down at the bottom and click the second page. You'll also use pages for a multi-page design like magazines or presentations. Then you would just continue updating. So we have the photo here. Looks like that's not wanting to pop in. There we have it. We have our name. Now again, here's another field with more than one piece of information inside. What I like to do for this is simply replace with one of the pieces, duplicate, move that where I want it, and replace with the second piece of information, and repeat. Now I like doing this because it keeps the text the same, same size, same font. If I were to just add in a piece, you'll see that it is the default size and font and color. So don't necessarily like to add straight in from the panel. I like to replace. But then you can change the DBA logo. The team logo. Any brokerage, ownership text down at the bottom. The text at the top for the paragraph here. Don't forget you have different menus at the top for different items that you select. So you can have all sorts of formatting items. Of course, save, rename. Wow, I really don't even know what I'm typing. There we go. And then done. And that will take you back to the designs dashboard. Where we can then create another type. So we'll click create design and email this time and continue. So first thing you'll see is all of the Keller Williams templates. You can search, you can sort, you can also import HTML. So if you have an email template already created from an outside source, you can import that HTML code directly into Command. You can also start from blank. And then whenever you choose your template here, you'll click to select it in blue and click Next. Now, this does not take you to the WeBrand design editor. It has its own editor for emails, but basic premise is the same. Of course, you'll want to always name. Like I mentioned, I like to keep the template name in my naming convention, just so I know which template I've used. You have different previews of desktop, tablet, or mobile. You have a preview here as well, the undo, redo, different options at the top, and different widgets that you can pull into your template. Now, the workspace on the left has a few different types of fields. Some you'll see with this bar asterisk type asterisk bar. This is a merge field. This will come in automatically, so you do not have to worry about updating that within this workspace. And I'll show you how that populates later. But like I mentioned, basic premise is the same. You would simply click to select the piece you want to update. Click the little pencil icon to edit. Then you can edit all of these details here on the right. So you can replace. You can also edit if there was something already there. Add in alternate text. Link that picture to a landing page. Can also include an agent site page, a merge tag, like if you want to use your website. All of these merge tags are available and pulling from your marketing profile, or a specific web address. You can also change the width, height, border radius, and position. Now, if you make any edits to this right side, you will want to click Done to apply those changes to the template. Then just continue working your way down. You can change the text, simply click to highlight, click the pencil to edit, and type in any text you would like. Again, you have different formatting options at the top, and don't forget to click Done to apply. Now you may see that the text does not behave exactly how you want. So I'm going to show you how you can go back in. And let's keep it as centered as it was before. And it looks like it is not cooperating fully. So in this case, since I found something not working within designs, I would want to reach out to KW support and let them know that this design email, classic newsletter B, isn't working to center the text, so that they're aware and they can fix that up. And then working our way down, you can change any of this text, any of its formatting, including font, size, and even insert different merge tags. Again, once I'm done, click Done to apply that to the workspace here. You can also delete pieces by using the little tiny trash can icon once the field is selected. Most templates may have buttons where you can have this button so that the client or consumer can click to go somewhere. So you could maybe do, again, landing page or agent site page or a specific website. Change the width, height, font, position, color, or border type, and click Done to apply. Now, this one is a really good template to use for a sort of newsletter that you're creating yourself, because basically those items, the image, title, text, and button, repeat itself. So for your next section of your newsletter, you could come down and edit those 2 more times to create a newsletter. You would already have to have that info, as this info is just placeholder, just Latin. So you would want to replace those or delete before sending this out. Lastly is the contact. So, whoops, you can see I just moved this, so it's not going to look right anymore. So be very careful what you're clicking and moving. Most of this stuff are merge fields. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And then preview to show you that logo at the top is a merge field. I inserted a merge field and it populates the information. And all of the fields at the bottom are merge fields. So again, all of this info is pulling in from your marketing profile. So you always want to go in and make sure that that is up to date, including team logo. Now, if you are not on a team or do not want your team logo shown there anymore, and you have your team logo blank in your marketing profile, it will display here as a broken image. So we do recommend putting something in there, whether you're on a team or not. And we recommend using the realtor logo. There is also, you can just place in a transparent picture there so that it does not display here, but there are other locations that that field syndicates to. So it may not look ideal in all instances, but you can use the transparent picture there as well. Now I'm going to close this preview. You do also have send test email under the options menu. We highly recommend sending a test email, maybe to your personal email, a significant other, maybe a spam email you have, just so you can see how all of this looks on the receiver's end. As we have found sometimes what is shown here on this not only workspace, but in the preview as well, can differ on how it shows up on the recipient's end. So we do highly recommend sending out a test email. But once you are done, you can, of course, don't forget to save, click the X. Again, you'll see that populate at the top right, or I'm sorry, top left of your designs dashboard. And then last but not least, we'll end with the video type. Now, videos are pretty easy to create within Command. You have this little embedded pop-up here where you would first select your neighborhood. Now, you don't have to press enter. It will generate the list here automatically. So you can then click. You'll see the little tiny teal check mark off to the right and click next. Now, within this embedded pop-up, it'll go to the next page where you can see all of the details pulling in. Now, if you were to choose a neighborhood that does not have any information, and of course, I am lucky enough to see all of these have information populate. Like this. So if your neighborhood that you are looking to create a video on does not have these stats automatically pull in, not to worry. You can also edit any of these fields as you see fit. So maybe if you wanted to do that, you can manually plug in the average home price that you can pull from your MLS. You can also change the average home prices are, average price per square foot, average price per square foot is, number of homes for sale, average days on market. You know, you can change any of these fields here as you see fit. You can also update the neighborhood features. You can click the little X to remove any, and then click to select from the drop down. You can also delete all and see the drop down with the little arrow. Now then you'll come to agent information. This is also pulling from your marketing profile. So again, another great reason to visit that at the beginning so that everything syndicates out correctly. And even if it does not pull some fields in, you can enter this information manually. And same for market center brokerage information. It should pull in from your marketing profile, but if you do want to change anything, you can. Finally, you'll click next, where it will generate the video. Now, this may take a moment. You do just want to stay on this screen so that it works for you. But once it's done, you'll see that green banner at the top. You can then play this video to see how it looks and where all of your information pulls in, and save. Now, just to recap, you can create 4 different types of designs. You have social, print, email, and video. For more information on how to edit and how to use social pieces, I recommend checking out our Marketing with KW class. For more information on print pieces and how to use them, flyers, door hangers, even magazines, listing presentations. There's tons and tons of different print types. Check out our Print Marketing 101 class. And that also goes over how to print those, either by yourself or pay someone to do it, either your office or Staples or Command itself. And even postcards, how you can either print those, send them off to Staples and then UPS to mail them out, or use Command to print those and mail them out. Email campaigns, also in our Marketing with KW class. So in that class, we do go over both social and email, which you can then use to bulk email your clients using campaigns. And then videos, typically used in social posts, again, also using campaigns, but you can also plug that into email campaigns or paid ads as well. When in doubt, I always just recommend coming in, create design, and play around with these different types. You can't really break it, so just go in, familiarize yourself with each system. Again, that's social and print. We'll use the WeBrand Design Editor, which has a lot of different buttons, menus, options with different pieces that you have chosen and different fields that you click. So just go in, familiarize yourself with everything or where everything is, and you'll become familiar with the system to edit anything and everything. Of course, if you have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to contact us. Our website is scottleroymarketing.com and has our contact info at the bottom. And then our recording of this class will be posted to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/scottleroymarketing later this afternoon. And you can also go to slmtraining.com as the short link to visit all types of classes. But that is it for class today. If I didn't answer your question, or if you think of one later, reach out and we'll be happy to help. As always, thank you for joining and hope you have a wonderful day.